Hi everybody, this is Cheryl, your flower child.
And Daphne with Scooby-Doo.
Happy Halloween and welcome to Tipsy Tuesday Halloween's edition. Okay, we've got a lot we want to talk about and we will get onto it and try to keep the video as short as we can. There are going to be a lot of recipes, so have paper and pencil ready and be prepared to stop the video, pause the video so you can copy down the recipes. Okay, so first thing we want to talk about is trick-or-treating. I'm going to give you a list of things that you can that you should take with you when you go trick-or-treating, and then I'll go back and I'll explain why on some of them. So the list is flashlights, glow sticks, extra bag or bucket, first aid kit, water and snacks, rain gear, extra warm clothing, blankets, and at least 2 adults. Why 2 adults? Back in the day, kids could go trick-or-treating by themselves. Wasn't a problem. Then it went to, well, 1 adult needed to go with them. But nowadays, you need at least 2 adults. One that would go to the door with the kids, and one that would stand back and kind of watch from, from the back to make sure the kids stayed safe. Sad that it's got to that point, but there it is. All right, water and snacks. You don't want your kids munching on the candy that they've collected before you've had a chance to check it and make sure it's okay. So take along their favorite snacks, or take along a bag of candy that you bought that you know is safe, that they can munch on instead of what they collect. That way it'll give you a chance to, check the candy. I used to buy an extra bag and, take with us when we would go, so that the kids would have something they could snack on. Okay, an extra bucket or bag and the first aid kit kind of go hand in hand. When you have kids, and especially small kids, that are excited, they're running around, they trip, they fall, they skint their knee, you need a first aid kit. I've dealt with that. I don't know how many times. Take a first aid kit. The extra bucket or bag, keep that in your vehicle so that every so often you can go and you can empty their bucket, so that their bucket's not so full, because when they've fallen, they spilled their bucket, they're standing there crying, they've got a skint knee, you're trying to pick up all the candy. You don't want to have to pick up a big mess. Let's hope none of the kids fall, but it does happen. So extra things to take along. Now, for the glow sticks, one of the things you can do to help keep your kids safe is incorporate into their costume glow sticks, or the safety garment tape that you can put on, that glows, sparkly beads, anything that would reflect light or shine. I mean, if you took and bought one of those green glow stick necklaces, you could put it around the hat band, around their hat for a hat band, something like that. Just something so the kids can be seen. And then, of course, you want hands-free. How about a headband or a headlamp, so they have a light so that they can see? Or if they have a flashlight like this that they can attach, and it shines down, so the in front of them is showing to where they can have light, but they have hands-free. You want to try to keep it hands-free so they can carry their bucket, they can hold on to step rails, the railings for steps, that kind of thing. So just some ideas to think about when you're coming up with your costumes. The last thing I want to talk about for that part of it is make sure that you feed your kids before you go. If they have a full tummy, they're not as likely to eat as much or want to eat as much of the candy that they've collected. So make it a special thing. prepare a special Halloween menued meal before you go. Or if it's a family fun night to eat out and they love pizza, take them out for pizza before they go trick-or-treating. Fill those little tummies up before they go. And then you won't have to deal with that later on. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about real quick for trick-or-treating is handing out candy. Consider handing out non-treat items. Pencils, little spider rings, something like that. Now, there's nothing wrong with throwing in a lollipop and a pencil. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. I know I always appreciated, and even my kids appreciated getting the Halloween pencils. They loved that because then they could have extra pencils for drawing and stuff like that. Consider that. Another option, and I don't have any so I can actually show you, is you can take a white napkin or a white paper towel and drape it over a lollipop, tie a black piece of yarn or ribbon around, it'd be like the lollipop would be here and you would tie it around here, and then you put little dots on it for a little ghost, and the kids love that. Make a little ghost lollipop that you can hand out. Another thing is you can decorate your own bowls. Now, you've seen a tray like this. Now, this was actually a clear tray that I bought at Dollar General for $1. And all I did was I spray painted the back of it lightly with black spray paint. Now, some of the Dollar Generals also sell the great big bowls. So they're like pretty good size for $1. And you can spray paint it, decorate it up however you want with little stickers or cutouts of felt or plastic or something like that, and decorate your bowl. And that's what you put your candy in. And people, try to remember that you're focused on the kids. Don't be running in and out of your house. Sit where you can actually engage with trick-or-treaters that come to you. Comment on their costumes. Make it fun for them. Remember, the night is for them. So if you're going to stay at home and hand out candy, make it a night. Make it a fun night, not just for them, but for you. Decorate. Have a spooky music or something playing, Halloween sounds playing in the background or something, and focus on the kids. Make it a fun night for them. Okay.
We used to hang those cobwebs up on our porch, and we had this big guy hanging up on it. The kids loved it.
They did. And we let them pet him.
Because he is soft.
His name is Homer. And we would let them pet him and that kind of thing. And, we made it about the kids. And that's what you need to do. Don't be, there goes the doorbell again. Here, take this candy. No, come on. Make it fun for the kids. Okay? Now, moving on to fake blood and guts. And I'm going to let Angel do this one.
So we found 3 recipes that we can use to make fake blood. Do you have the...
No, I gave them to you.
You did? Oh, here they are. I found them. We have one that's fake blood that you can put on your skin, your teeth. It's edible. So you have a vampire costume and you want realistic looking fake blood on your vampire fangs. It's perfect for that.
And this is the fake blood for dripping and spattering. Yes. And I'm going to hold this up here. Now's time that you can pause. And remember, this is the edible one that you can actually use on the fake teeth and stuff like that. So you can pause and write down this recipe. Okay.
And And then this next one is for making fake guts. And you can use that exact same recipe
Use this recipe.
to continue with this one.
Go ahead and pause and write that down. Okay. Now the next one.
This is for clothing, and it's not edible, but you can use this on clothing, like if you're doing a mad scientist, put this on a lab coat so that you can have a creepy mad scientist, or if you're doing Carrie, put it on a prom dress.
And now you can pause this. Now with this recipe, remember, you don't want this to touch your skin, so you want it to dry. You can dry it with a hair dryer. Use it over, like you can put your costume over your clothing so that it's not actually getting on your skin.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are the fake blood. Now Angel also has a tip for making vampire teeth.
Mm-hmm. If you want more realistic looking vampire teeth, we all know the ones that you put in your mouth that are
The little
hinged.
fake teeth. Yeah.
But there's a way to make vampire teeth that look a little bit more realistic and are cheap. Take some denture cream. Make sure it is something that's safe to go in your mouth, like denture cream. Put a little bit of it on the back of a fake nail. I prefer using the stiletto style fake nails, the ones that have points. But if you can't find those, you can use the normal looking fake nails and file them down so that they have a point. Put a bit of the denture cream on the back of the fake nail and stick it on your tooth.
Actually, it's a denture adhesive,
Denture adhesive.
that you want to use.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to party ideas. Now, some of the things for decorations. First of all, put your pets in costumes.
Mm-hmm.
Our pets love their costumes.
Especially Blue.
Yeah, he has a prisoner's
He fell in love with it.
costume that he loves to wear all the time, but you know, we have to say, no, you can't wear that today. But also, if you have big stuffed animals, dress them up in costumes. Create little costumes for them and set them around for,
I do that all the time.
you know, for decorations. Now, back here is Georgie. I forgot his name. Now, he actually is supposed to light up, but his battery is messed up and we can't get him fixed. But now, he is not a stuffed animal, but we do have costumes for some of our stuffed animals that we did not do it this year. But we do have costumes for our stuffed animals, and it's cute little decorations to sit around. Yeah.
We have a giant pillow doll. I didn't pull it out of our storage this year, but we have a giant pillow doll that's dressed like a witch. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing.
Yeah, it looks really cute. So dress up your stuffed animals for decorations. Trash bag ghost. You can take white kitchen, the 13-gallon trash bags, and you can put leaves or anything like that inside the trash bag, and you know, fold it around to where it makes the head of the ghost, and then you can cut the strips at the bottom so they flutter and hang them from your trees, or you know, just whatever. The other thing is you can use the smaller ones and attach them to wire or clothes hangers or anything like that, and hang them around, and so they flutter around. But the white trash bags is a good one. And then I told you about the party bowls and trays. You can make your own, decorate them really cheap. Now, some of the recipes, pumpkins. It's better if you carve a jack-o'-lantern, the candle, when you use the candle, it's going to actually cook the inside of your pumpkin. Instead of doing that, use battery-operated tea lights, or you can use a flashlight. And with the flashlight, you just cut a hole. the exact size of this part of your flashlight and just kind of lay it to where it shines not through the face but shines into the pumpkin, and have it backwards, kind of hidden. You can actually, kind of create it to where it's like this, and then you put a spider over it to cover it up, and that will keep your pumpkin from cooking inside from your candle. And don't forget to roast the pumpkin seeds.
Yeah.
For your
those
party.
Are good. Those are so good.
Now, if you have a party, one of the things that I'm wanting to tell you about is a party game that we played when I was growing up was flashlight tag. And you have a flashlight, someone is it, and they try to catch the other people by catching them in the light of the flashlight.
Oh, wow.
So, a flashlight tag is kind of like Frozen tag, freeze tag, where once they're hit with that flashlight, then someone has to come and tag them to unfreeze them or, release them from the light, and it's just a fun Halloween game to play. So, okay. Oh, and there was another thing I forgot to talk about the trick-or-treating candy. When you have gotten home and you've gotten your treats and each of the kids have their bags. Now, I had 3, so I had 3 sets. I did. But like I would take Chris's bag of treats and I would use a gallon zipper bag with his name on it. And then in that, I would have the little snack size zipper bags. And I would put anywhere from 2 to 4 pieces of candy into each snack bag and then put it in his gallon bag. And then every night after dinner, they would choose 1 bag of candy. That kept them from eating the candy all up at once. They weren't all sugared out, And it lasted for a lot longer. A lot of times, many years, they would have Halloween candy clear up till New Year's, because I would divide it up 2 to 4 pieces a night. Is about all they need anyway.
Yeah. Not that much
So
candy.
separate it out and let them have a little bit each day rather than a whole bunch at once.
Mm-hmm.
And they get to choose which bag they want. But I got to choose what went into the bags. So, and that goes along with checking the candy as well. So.
And parents don't steal the good stuff. That's not fair.
Yeah. And that goes along with make it a night for the kids. Parents, go buy your own bag of candy. You don't need to eat up the kids' candy.
You can choose exactly what you want if you buy your own bag of candy anyway.
All right. So let's move on to the party. Angel, would you like to tell about the frozen hand for the punch bowl?
Yes. So, if you take one of those surgical gloves, and you put water into it, you tie it off, and you freeze it, and then once it's frozen, you cut the surgical glove off of your ice, put it in, and put your ice in the punch, and it looks like disembodied hands floating in your punch.
Yes. And you want to make sure that if you get the kind that has the powdery stuff in it, wash the glove before you do it. Okay. So there you go. Frozen hand.
Also, if you're allergic to latex, you might want to try and find a different type of glove as well.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so we have a few recipes, and again, this time you want to pause. The first one, this is just some party treats for your party. I'm going to let you take this. Now, the first one is chocolate marshmallow skulls. Okay.
So cute.
And here is the recipe, and this is where you want to pause it. Okay. Whoops, wait a minute.
That's it. You're right.
Okay. All in there?
I think so.
You might have to zoom in. Let me see if I can get it a little closer.
There we go.
Okay, pause that and write the instructions down. Okay. And then the next one is Graveyard Cupcakes. And this one's real easy. You just simply make cupcakes and then there's the picture of it. And then you decorate them with gummy worms and crushed Oreo cookies and different things like that. And let me see if I can get this in here. I'm actually going to do this twice. So there's the first part. That's the supplies. Pause and write that down. And then here's the next part. There we go. And you can pause and write that down. Okay. All right, and the next one is Freaky Finger Foods. This is one of my favorites. The kids always love doing things like this.
Not only healthy, but they're good.
And that's the picture. Now there's two parts to this. I'll show the recipe first, and it's hard to see, so I'll try to zoom in as close as I can, and then pause and write that down. Okay, and then this part of it, I'm going to move in, and hopefully those will, okay, and then the next one is the ghostly croutons, and this is a really fun one if you're going to serve soup when you get home from trick-or-treating. Nice. And here's the ghost toast is what they call it. There's the picture, and then here is instructions that you can pause and copy down. Okay, and you can just draw designs on parchment paper or wax paper or something. Use that for your template, or brown paper bags. Don't forget our brown paper bags. And then the last one is a fun. It's not only a decoration, but it's also a good healthy snack for kids that they like. There you go. The tangerine.
It's good for, like if your kid takes their lunch to school with them, it's perfect.
Yeah. And then here is the instructions. Let's see if I can. Okay. There you go. All right, so that's some recipes, some ideas that should inspire you to come up with a few more. And then another one is eyeball ice cubes. And you can also use little party favors like little tiny spiders or, anything Halloweenish. But you take ice cube trays, and you can use the little gumball eyeballs, or you can use the little party favors. But, start to freeze your ice when it gets partially frozen, not completely, but partially frozen. Stuff that down into the each cup of the ice cube tray, and then finish freezing it. And you can have little party favors, and just put them in your punch bowl or in your cups or whatever.
And if you want, you can put a little bit of red food coloring in there to make it look even more creepy.
Yeah. So that's some ideas. This is a lot longer than I had anticipated, but some Halloween ideas. Have fun. Go out there and enjoy your Halloween, and whether you go trick-or-treating or you stay at home and have a party, just go out, have fun, and remember, it's for the kids, okay? Yeah, adults have adult parties, but we're not talking about adults. We're talking about families.
This is kids and families.
Let's keep it kid-friendly, kid-safe, okay? And you all have a nice day, and we will talk to you later. Bye, and Happy Halloween!